Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Mabu. We also learned from you. Thank you for your sharing. All right, this time around, to introduce our resource speaker, I know we are all very excited to meet our resource speaker for tonight, for tomorrow, and until Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kent Hermie Marciano, a MOOCamp core member.
Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to MOOCamp International Webinar Series version 4.0. Now let me introduce to you our distinguished speaker tonight. Mr. Armand Kasabian is a facilitator, educator, and teacher trainer who has been teaching English to speakers of other languages for the past 12 years. He primarily based in New York City and has also taught in Brazil, Martinique, and Mauritius. He then participated in the US Department of State funded Fulbright English Teaching Assistant Exchange Program in Brazil, as well as the Teaching English in France program with the French Ministry of Education in Martinique. His specializations include working with young learners, differentiated instruction for students working with young learners, or with special needs, project-based learning, educational technology, teaching in low-resource classrooms, evidence-based emotional intelligence strategies, and teacher training. Kasabian is passionate about teaching and studying languages and speak French, Creole, Armenian, Portuguese, Spanish, and even some American Sign Language. Ladies and gentlemen, please let us welcome our distinguished resource speaker tonight, Mr. Armand Kasabian.
Thank you, Marciano. It's a wonderful presentation. And I loved learning and seeing all these beautiful images about the Philippines and the wonderful presentation as well about how we can use technology. And I'm just honored to be with everyone here today. So I'm going to share my screen so you can see what I'm looking at. And we'll begin. So thank you so much. Be good here. Share my screen. There we go. So we'll start. And you can see my screen now. Very good. So my name is Armand, as Marciano just wonderfully explained. I've worked mostly with students in the United States who have immigrated, and I help them learn language in ways that are culturally relevant. And today's workshop will revolve around the topic of virtual teaching tools. And each day will be a different topic. Today will be Flipgrid, tomorrow will be Monday, it'll be Seesaw. These are all also technologies that have started using more because of the COVID situation that we are all in as a global teaching community. So I'll put on, you can hear me here. So I'm going to start our presentation. Let's see. So that was our presentation. You know, on MOOC Laguna, you can see us live if you want to. And we had our MOOC camps, and a quick agenda for what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you a process called ABC Brainstorm, where you can get students to start talking and sharing really quickly and easily. And after that, I'll describe a little bit about focusing and brain break activities. Because if we're talking about building resiliency, you know, we need to build it in ourselves in order to build it in others. different perspectives, the teacher and the students. I'll introduce you to Flipgrid. I'll introduce you to the task that we're going to do, and we'll have some time for questions and answers. Okay, so our primary objectives today revolve around being able to define. I can define resilience and identify how I practice it as a life skill. Because no matter we're teaching math, we're teaching English, we're teaching science, it's very important that we are teaching this as a skill for life. Because we're not only preparing students to graduate, we're also preparing citizens for our countries. And we want them to be aware and conscious and confident and expressive human beings. I can learn how to reframe my challenges and my students' challenges as opportunities for personal and academic growth. Reframing is an essential skill where I can take something that looks really challenging, I look at lemons and I create lemonade. So we want to do that for ourselves and our students. I can learn practical brain breaks for myself and my students. We also need breaks. Life has become more stressful than before. Can learn how to post a video response on Flipgrid and use technology creatively to become a more resilient teacher. And I really appreciate how when we talk about technology, you are technology. This phone or computer or whatever you have is an extension of you. You are technology. So given my intro, I'm passionate about differentiating teaching, and that's that. Make sure I got it. So, hello. A big thanks to the Laguna team. We're here actually thanks to the Access group of teachers around the world related to the U.S. Department of State's regional English programs and American English. And thanks to Marciano, who I contacted because I'm active on that group. He connected me, and then, there's this concept in Tagalog that I learned. It's called kasanga, and it just means helping each other and, connecting. And Marciano, helping me with ideas, I helped him. And I just want to also congratulate and thanks Bryant for his technical help, Glenn for being the glue of our project. We also have Shane and Ronaldo, and I also know Hilda has given me a lot of feedback. So thank you once again for everyone on the team. And you're all part of the team now as well. So I'll start with a quote from one of my favorite poets. I love poetry. He's a Lebanese poet named Khalil Gibran. And out of our suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. Sit with that for a moment and know that whatever you're holding as a scar, be it mental or emotional or the present, scab of being in a coronavirus world, this is also going to strengthen us, right? What doesn't break us strengthens us. Another quote by the Buddha, every morning we are born again. We do today is what matters most. What happened yesterday, you can't change it. Tomorrow, who knows? So we'll just focus on today. So I'll start with my first brainstorm activity, just to see where people's brains are, to bring everyone present, whether it's via Facebook or it's via our Zoom. I'm gonna ask you to open up your chat box and respond to my first question, which are, what are some challenges that you face as a teacher in your country? So we'll give everyone about 45 seconds to a minute. You can start by using this answer prompt, which is some challenges I have as a teacher in, we want to know your country, are, and tell us what the challenges are. So take the next minute and please go ahead and write down a couple of challenges. We'll give you about 30 seconds. I'll play a little calm music if you need. Please write down, what are the challenges that you face as a teacher? Very good. Please comment to everyone. Dahani wrote something, but comment to everyone. What challenges? Okay, not a problem. too many students in our class. I'm going to ask everyone, just a technology thing. You're responding sometimes to one person. You'll click on the 2 right next to it. It's a blue button, 2, and then you'll see the names. Go all the way up to the top and press everyone. So many students in our class, Verlinda is describing. Keep going. I want more voices, more people. I'm looking for what our challenges are. Problems in the Philippines, large numbers of populations and the students. Okay. Another 20 seconds. Challenges that you face in your class. Let's see here. What challenges do you face? It seems to all be coming to me. Don't know why, but it's fine. So I'll just read them out loud. A lack of facilities, available internet connection in our school. 10 more seconds. Challenges I have as a teacher in the Philippines is that there is no LCD TV in the classroom. Mary, an LCD TV in my home also. So I don't have one yet, but okay. 5 more seconds. Any other voices? Not sure why we cannot share with everyone, but we'll just go forward with that. See if I can change it. Allow participants. Okay. So, very good. What is this here? So we face lots of challenges, and we're not the only ones facing challenges. Question B, what are some challenges students face in your class? So some challenges my students face, I'll just give some examples. Access to internet's one. I would say maybe abuse in the home, access to equal opportunities of education. What else? Lack of technology tools, very good. A person they can trust with their stories, Bryant is describing. You know, we're not only teachers, we're also helpers, we're parents, we're healers. We are, I mean, many professions in one body. And this is very true, to share our stories. Anyone else? Another 30 seconds. What challenges do my students face?
Armin, I think someone wants to answer. Christina Manejable, she raised her hand.
Good. Let's get her voice. Let's get her
Yeah.
voice. So,
Her name is Christina Manejable.
let's get more voices. Christina with the got it. Manahable.
Yes, yes.
Please go ahead, Christina. Hear you.
Some challenges of my student, especially here in the Philippines, are those who went to school with empty stomach. So as a teacher, it is hard for me that some of my students, because we all know that if you think, if you are what to do, what I'm trying to, your brain or your cognitive or your comprehension will be activated if we have something to eat in breakfast, right? So because we are living in a poor area here in Laguna, Philippines, so some of our students go to school with empty stomach. That is a great challenge for us.
Can I ask a follow-up? Because that's a powerful point, Christina. What do you do as a student, as a teacher, to make them feel supported? Because you can't give everyone food, you know? I don't know. What do you do?
So in our school, we have here a program, the feeding program in our school, that some of our students gave a free breakfast. And then some of my colleagues as a teacher, we have to adopt them. Just for example, we have to bring extra food for them and then let them eat.
Beautiful. It's a really good point, and I bet presently the fact that they're not in school makes it even more challenging because there's no access to food, right?
Yes, that's true.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your sharing, and it's very important that we not only feed our students' stomachs, but feed their minds. But we can't feed their
Yes,
minds and their hearts if their stomachs are empty. So thank you for
yes,
being.
that's true. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Spotlight back to myself. Share my screen. Okay. So what we're thinking about today about resiliency is not only feeding our students' stomachs, but feeding their heart, feeding their spirits. And one way to do that is to start by putting the oxygen mask on yourself, right? I bet all of our countries, we hear it everywhere, put on the mask, you know, the corona mask. But I'm also talking about if you've ever been in an airplane, you'll notice that they ask you to put on your oxygen mask on yourself and then next to the person who's next to you. So in relation to that, my question for everyone to respond in the chat box, please, is what self-care routines do you, fix that there, what self-care routines do you practice to cultivate your own positivity and resilience in the face of challenges? So these are things that we do every day, because resilience is not something I do in 2 months later, or it's something I do every day of my life. So please share in the chat some daily self-care and resilient routines that I have in my life. I like to. We want to see what everyone likes to do. You can share in the chat box. What do you do for self-care? Because resilience is our ability to walk into the classroom or be at home and hold inside of our hearts that some of our students don't have food and we're asking them to do homework. So if we're, you know, okay. So what self-care routines do we practice? Oops. I'll give you another 20 seconds. Please share. Glenn is saying she works out. I also run a couple times a day. Running gives us, you know, endorphins, happiness, this runner's high. Who else? Anyone else? Please share. Brian listens to jazz music. Trying to see why we can't get everyone's voice here. I'm gonna check
I
something
think
here.
there are
Everyone's
two who raised their hand. Let me just have a look. I think Osama would like to answer.
good. Go for it, Osama. And I don't know why people are not able to write in the chat box. I'm kind of confused, but please, Osama, we want to hear your voice. I'll unmute you. Go ahead, Osama.
I'm sorry, guys. Can you hear me?
All
Yes,
good.
go ahead.
I just wanted to say that the chat box is disabled. We
Is
can't.
that what's happening?
Yeah, I mean it's been going on since you started the questions. We can't really type down the answers.
Oh, I see. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah, that's why that's what I wanted to add. I'm sorry, guys.
No,
Don't
it's
worry.
fine. I'm not exactly sure why it's disabled. That may be a technical issue, but
Okay.
when
So
I
that's why
write, you can see.
can't see it coming.
Okay. Maybe you can just. I'll make myself host. But yeah, well, I apologize
I know
about
the
that.
problem. I think I know the problem now. I think they could try and chat now. There you go. It's working now.
Okay, very good. So we're sharing
All
self-care
right.
practices. What do you do? I don't know why it's only private to me, but we'll just go forward. All right.
It's all good. Working fine now, Armin.
Great. I'm going to make myself very good. So please share with everyone. We want to see. Yes, it was disabled earlier. Excuse me about that. I don't know what happened. Technical issue. So very good. What do you do So someone says they practice meditation. Another says she sings with friends. Someone else, they shoot TikTok videos. I'm gonna shoot my own video, and what was everyone else? What else do you do? Attend lots of webinars. We're webinar machines. All day long, webinars. It's like you eat webinars. You don't even eat food anymore. Okay. Meditation, self-motivation, passion, watch movies, read relationship guides, something about sad stories, maintain composure in stressful circumstances. A little more, 30 more seconds, provide positive thoughts. These are things that we need to give to ourselves and to others. What else? Work out, do online shopping. Don't shop too much, Mutaya. Don't have any money left. I'm joking. Watch feel-good movies. Be well-nourished and relaxed. I do that as well. I need to relax numerous times a day because I'm too hyper. Gardening, connecting with nature. Beautiful, Maria. Using the traffic light approach, which I think is related to red, stop myself. Green, go. Yellow, like slow down. So that's a really good one. I need that more in my life. We all do. Dance and music therapy from Jojo. Yes, dance is a great way of releasing tension. Rogel is going to different places. There's 37 messages and I only have 2 eyes. I'm in trouble. I'll just go through them quickly. 10 more seconds. Listen to gospel music. Cook favorite foods. Listen to jazz. Watch The Secret. Ooh, I wonder what that's about, Bernadette. Walk out, read, talk to close friends. Cultivate positive. Roselle, I'm with you. I also practice that. Exercise. Appreciate the moment. 5 more seconds. Relax on the weekends. There's 47 messages. Cook good food. So really good job. Okay. Go back here. I'm gonna ask everyone, please mute yourself if you're a presenter. So, next point. All right. So right now I'm gonna show you something that I do. Make sure everyone is muted here. All right, I'm gonna mute everyone so that. There's 47 messages. You right? Oh. Okay. So here we go. What do we have inside of us? This is the first part of resilience. What we have inside of us. What can we do to make a wise owl choice or to calm our bulldog? Inside of each of us, we have wisdom, and we also have anxiety, other challenges, a bulldog, something, that's maybe a little out of our control. So today, I'm going to show you a very simple technique that I use to anchor myself to something special. So what do I anchor myself to? My breathing. Why not? It's a gift that's been given to me. It helps me stay present. And what's really interesting about breathing is when we're nervous, our breathing is fast. When we're angry, we're like holding our breath maybe. When we're depressed, it's very heavy. When we're happy and filled with joy, there's a sort of fullness to the breathing. So what we're going to do right now is as we breathe, we're going to everyone, and I'm just going to withdraw some folks just so that it's only me presenting right now, so we don't have too many sounds. I think we're good. I'm the main host. So what are we going to do is we are going to practice a technique where we're going to breathe. And how are we going to breathe? Just normally put our hand on our stomach, wherever your belly is, but we're going to repeat a phrase with each breath. And we'll do this for about 2 minutes. And the key skill in resilience is our ability to choose how we respond. So when we breathe in, we will say I in our head. And when we breathe out, we'll say choose. And when we breathe in, we'll say to. When we breathe out, we'll say respond. And we'll do this for about 2 minutes. You'll hear me breathing. We have 88 of us in the call and many more on Facebook. And what we are doing is we are putting on the oxygen mask on ourselves. Why? Most of the time we breathe very shallowly, so our thinking is not clear. In terms of the brain science of it, whenever we feel stress, your brain is filled with cortisols, and to release them, we need to breathe slowly. Okay? So I want to just check in with the chat box. I know it was disabled for some reason before. Please, do you understand the phrase that you were going to repeat with each phrase? With each breath. I choose to respond. We're going to repeat that right now together for the next minute or two. And we'll have our eyes closed. And it is one of our wise owl choices. Okay, so we can gently close our eyes, take a big breath in, think in your head, I. Out, choose. Continuous breathing, no stopping. 2, respond. Okay, continue. I choose to respond. Okay, continue. I choose to respond. Continue. Hand on your belly. I choose, continue, to respond. I choose to respond. Continue. Full breaths, deep breaths. Your head stays present. 30 more seconds. Very good. Take a big deep breath in. Oops, not that. Okay. And our next step is we are going to try a tense and muscle relaxation. Tense your feet, strong, tense your feet, eyes closed, tense, 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 tense. You're breathing in still. And release. Very good. Breathe in again. Tense your calves, eyes closed, tighten your muscles of your calves. Come on, we're doing it. And release. Next, tense your stomach muscles. Breathe in deeply. We don't need the phrase anymore. Tight, 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 tighten your muscle. And release. Okay. Tighten your chest area. Breathe in. Tight, 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 chest. And shoulders, and breathe out. Okay, and then your whole body. Breathe in. Whole body. And release. Eyes closed for a moment. Breathing in and out, relaxed. Storms do not scare me. They teach me how to sail my ship. I'll just count from 10 to 1 gently. When I reach 1, you will be ready for our class. You will become focused and paying attention. So 10, 9. With each breath I count, you go down. Stomach moving. 8, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Before you open your eyes, take a mental temperature check, physical temperature check. Notice if there's any areas of tension still in the body. Accept them. You can gently open your eyes when you feel ready. So here's our next ABC brainstorm. How do you feel right now after practicing anchor breathing, muscle relaxation? These are 2 techniques I use throughout my day to stay present, to stay focused, and to stay calm. Please respond to everyone in the chat box. I'll give you the next 1 minute. Anjo is feeling relaxed. Very nice. Respond to everyone, Nova. Relaxed. Very good. You can stressed out. Okay. Whatever we're feeling is allowed to be there. Refer to this feelings. If you want these pictures here, they're all here. Bernadine, cheerful. Hilda, good. Confident. Brian, Cecilia, stressed out. Whatever is happening right now, we accept. Calm. Cecilia, Mary, calm. Lisa, calm. Rogelin, relieved. Verlinda, stress relieving. Confident. Sheila, 30 more seconds. I want everyone in the Facebook, please write. Relaxed. Jojo, feeling a heavy weight off Osama's chest. Relaxed. Focused. Kent. Arji, stressed out. Whatever we have, we accept it as where we are, and it's okay. Peaceful. Del, we breathe with it. Chill. Precious. Calm. Noveen, 10 more seconds. Calming. Relax. Perfect. It's raining right now. Okay. Well, it's interesting how it rains inside too, no? Some days it's raining emotionally where we just see everything and we're in tears, no? So it can come out in different ways. Okay, 5 more seconds, calm. So that's our reflection letter A, invigorated. So what you just practiced is a foundation of resilience. It is our ability to take stress and adapt with it. It is our ability to bend with the wind as a tree would bend, rather than break, right? A wood that is too strong will just crack when the wind comes. So it's foundation, and I consider it part of our technology class because we don't even know how to use the technology of our body yet. Thank you, Anjo, a bamboo, yes. We don't know how to use the technology of our body yet. And we want technology and the internet. As one of our presenters so wonderfully stated, that we can't deal with technology because there's so many different options if we haven't dealt with ourselves first. So we have to deal with our own technology of how am I feeling right now and how can I transform that feeling in my body. So the next question goes to this. While teaching, working, being online, or just in your classroom. So a lot of us may feel like this teacher on the left. If you look at her, she has the apple in her mouth as if she's going to be roasted. And she's stressed out. We may feel that our brains right now are on cortisol and stress overload because they are. Our students are facing serious challenges, and we ourselves are facing more serious challenges because we don't only carry our own weight. We carry the weight of our families. We carry the weight of our friends, of our country, and of our students on our backs and on our chests. So we want to move from the left side of being stressed out, of of feeling like I need to put ice on my head because I'm in pain. And we want to become more resilient through strengthening our brains and our hearts and our minds and our spirits. So this is just an example of brain breaks. So I showed you two that had more of a calming effect. Now, sometimes we need to get more excited. So what I do is I run, but there's different activities that we can do to become more in control of our feeling. So my next question to everyone, 30 seconds. Do you take brain breaks while teaching, working, even being on the internet? I take many breaks because it's quite tiring. So 30 seconds. Do you take brain breaks? Yes or no? And if you do, share what you take. So you could answer, one brain break I like to take is, we want to hear. So what's one brain break that you like to take? Give you a minute right now. And if you don't take it, it's okay as well. But do you take them? That's the question. And how often, if you can answer that as well. Happy on Fridays. So some people giggling with teachers. Maria says, yes, I want to know how. Tell me how you take brain breaks. Because we need to give this to ourselves. We're very stressed. Maricel is taking naps. Very good. Power naps. Keith, whatever airtime space means. Karen takes a hot cup of tea. Hilda listens to inspirational audios. Kent likes to move it, like the song. Please respond to everyone so we can all see. Click on to and everyone. Reflection, 10 more seconds. Do you take brain breaks? Music is the secret. I also agree. Listening to music puts you in another state of mind. Sharing dialogues with co-teachers, Roselle. Mutia is taking selfies. I'm curious where she's, where you're posting them. Music has an incredible healing quality to us, no? From the beginning of time, music and dance and poetry, traffic light approach once again. So she's applying it to herself. Laughing with friends. 10 more seconds. Music, movies, watching vlogs, right? Okay, for me, I need to calm my eyes. Sometimes I'm staring at a screen so much, it's in pain. So I go off and I put my eyes on nature. Okay, coffee break. Really good. Okay, thank you, Mary and everyone. So if you notice, every time I click on these links, it's actually hyperlinked. So our whole presentation, which I'm going to share at the end, I've hyperlinked every single PowerPoint. I'll just show you what I'm talking about in a moment. I've hyperlinked every PowerPoint with activities. So you can click on it and it'll pop up with activities, okay? For what you need to do to practice these things. Because I can't say everything. I also don't know everything. I'm also like you learning. But I'm going to give you access to this PowerPoint, and I encourage you to go through the resources of brain breaks. Many of the resources linked in the PowerPoint and shared at the end. So I'll continue to the next question, which revolves around this. There's a C and there's a C squared. So this is a study that was related to teens, and we're going to get to the Flipgrid, I promise you, but I just need to make this foundational pedagogical understanding before we go forward. So teen feelings in school, because this is what we are facing even more now with COVID. We can see this is for American students. I don't know about your countries, but it may be similar. Most kids in school and teens are feeling, 50% are bored, 42% are tired. So if we're looking at these emotions, it's a mix of positive and negative. And what we need to do is practice what Hans Selye says here. It's not stress that kills us, it is our reaction to it. So what we want to do as resilient educators is we want to teach our students new reactions. But you can't teach students new reactions by just telling them, do this, you need to walk, you need to run. We need to live it. There's a Gandhi story that I love so much, I will just share. A mother came to Gandhi and asked, please tell my son to stop eating sugar. Gandhi said, come back in 1 week. 1 week later, she came back with her son, and Gandhi said, you're right. Your son should stop eating sugar. The mother said, why? Why did you not go? We wasted a week. And Gandhi said, I needed to practice what I was saying before I could start teaching it. And this is what we need to do first for ourselves. So you're actually not here for a training for your students. You're actually here to be trained and educated on how to become more resilient for yourself, which once you're able to do efficiently, you'll be able to share that technology with other students. So next question, how do students' emotions impact learning and motivation in school and life? Please share in the chat box. I want to see what you think. Yes. How do students' emotions impact motivation and learning? Because emotions are the foundation of what we do. Please answer. Moroccan saying they tried. Thank you. Shukran, Usman. So how do students, look at the question again, emotions impact learning and motivation? Please share, 30 seconds. Pressured. So how do emotions impact students in their ability to learn? Think about how you felt before you did the relaxation activity. Would you learn in that state? Would you be able to remember what we're going to experience today? Inattentive, very good. Their moods will follow everything. They're not good. Muta, they're down. They get low scores on quizzes, and honestly, they don't even care about quizzes because they're too lost in feeling their own feelings, right? Hilda's saying that they're realized to help them to grow as an individual, not focused, Verlinda said. Torn between what to do and how to do it. Stressed, Rahab said. Students' moods commonly affect the way students listen. If they're stressed, they don't care. They won't understand anything. Emotions allow them to connect to the lesson. Great point, Cecilia. Distracted, Usman. They're 20 more seconds. They are unable to do things and are lost, not just in school, but in life. Droopy, Marcia, they're enjoying activities. Learning would be so much more useful and fun to them and serve them for life. Unfocused, 5 more seconds. Lethargic, right? So if we're thinking of a class that's lethargic, we're going to do something to energize. 5 more seconds. Passive learner, great point, Anjo. We have a lot of passive learners because our education systems around the world teach passivity. We don't learn through passivity. We learn how to become vegetables, right? Inactive, lack of interest. 5 more seconds. Physically present, mentally absent. How many times have you done that? I've done that. I do that all the time. Our attentiveness and our presentness will be passed even through the virtual format if we are really present. Okay, 3 seconds. They're challenged, they just need good grades. Please remember to share with everyone. We want everyone's voice to be heard. And okay. The next point relates to this. The students are not the only ones who are stressed. 61% of teachers are stressed out. This is related to the United States. It could be even more. This is pre-corona information, right? 58% of teachers say mental health is not good in a new national survey. So how often are teachers stressed at work? So we can see here the always and the often and the sometimes make up a large percentage. And I really appreciate the phases of first year teachers' attitudes towards teaching. Because if you think about it, we're all kind of like first year teachers, except first year COVID impacted teachers. So I want you to look at this chart and notice how in the beginning there's anticipation. Then as we go on through the school year, there's, survival mode kicks in for a beginning teacher. Then there's disillusionment. And, we get to reflection, rejuvenation, anticipation. You don't have to choose these. But the general question is, what is your attitude presently towards school and teaching online? So I'll give you 30 seconds to respond, because I think like a lot of you are feeling quite stressed out at the concept of having to teach online, having to deal with the outer technologies, if I haven't even dealt with my inner technologies. So please share in the chat box. What is your attitude towards teaching online? A lot of people are responding, but privately, so I'll say what they're saying. Excited. Mutia, challenge accepted. Jojo, challenge but still positive. Half-hearted. Roselia, challenging. Positive. Mutia, mixed emotions. Confused and excited. Anjo, challenge. Billy Ray and Cecilia. Ready, Marcial, because these are our attitudes. These impact something that's called our mindset. Particularly, are you having a growth mindset that you're willing and open, or do you have a fixed mindset that you're walking in here already giving up? Excited, Keith. Confused and challenged, Christina. Stressed because of poor connectivity. That's a real issue. Poor connectivity. That's why teaching asynchronously is important, which these technologies will help you do. Control what we react and what we need to do to make the best of every situation. Stay positive, 5 more seconds, confused, anxious at the same time. Mixed emotions. Very good. So it is a very mixed bag. I'll just share my small story. I was teaching in Mauritius for the past year and a half, and I was pretty overwhelmed at thinking I have to do everything online, especially after, because of COVID, my teaching position ended. And then what I started doing, and I want to share this as an idea for you, because it relates to resilience, is I started to look at my situation as an opportunity to grow. And how did I do that? I started reaching out to friends like Marciano and many other teachers around the world. Instead of sitting down on Netflix all day long, I said, I'm going to do something to put some good energy in the world. Why? We need to build our resilience. Thank you, everyone who shared. Resilience is what? It's our process of handling stress and recovering from trauma and adversity. Okay? And this happens internally and externally. And now, what do we as teachers need and students need to do? Okay, because what students need, if you're doing this for your students, pause, like the traffic light, as one of our participants said, pause, red light. You're doing this for yourself, okay? I can't give you $1 million if my bank account's empty, right? So we want to think around, how am I building the technologies or the information or the knowledge or the experience in my own personal academic bank account of information and knowledge that I'll be able to share the wealth. Now, resilience skills are learned not just for school, but for life. Grades alone don't help you in life. It's part of emotional intelligence. What helps you are your ability to create and relationships, continue them, and ask for help. Learning how to support others. I may have misspelled it, my friends in the Philippines, but it's the concept of kasanga. And it's, for me, it's a definition of success. So, because if we're looking at success as my students get their grades, and then I'm done. We're looking at our lives and the students' lives through a very small kaleidoscope. We want to open up our eyes and look at success in a bigger way. So that's my next question. You have 30 seconds to share. What is your, 45 seconds. What is your definition of success for your students? We can't start assessing. We can't start teaching. I can't teach you the tools until I first know what you think success is. What is your definition of success? Please share in the comments. What is your definition of success? For your students and also for yourselves, what does success look like? What does success feel like? Please share. When you see someone achieve their goals and their dreams, Bryant, meeting learning expectations, Rehab, thank you, beautiful. Success in the result of your hard work. I would add to that failure. We learn more from failure. Aha moment. Hard work, Angelin. Success and accomplished from something, efforts that I've done. Hilda said, working on their own and seeing their own drive, self-initiative, beautiful. RJ, success when others are successful because of you. You're only successful because someone helped you. I'm here today because many people helped me. Kasanga, relationship building, right? Students begin to apply what you teach them, and not only apply it, but live it, right? Monica, achieving your goals and expectations. Roselle, being able to carry good attitudes and physical accomplishments. Zandra, success is like a light bulb moment. We are the electrical current. You can have a house of millions of chandeliers and beautiful lights. If you don't have electrical current in your body, because you're an electrical system, not only a technology, you will not light to the students. When you see students become successful in life, that's all we're here for, no? Sandra said, for me, a light bulb, I said that right. Carmela, success having courage. Karen said, when they're able to understand and explain things around them with their family and friends for what they've learned in their classes. Maricel, if you see them improve compared to others. 5 more seconds. Success is when I'm able to contribute something to help others achieve their goals. When you stand out after all the troubles and success. Beautiful. So thank you for your wonderful sharing. These are just some key skills. I would advise you to work on one in your life. If I work on a goal and I try to do 25 things, that's 25 headaches. I choose one that I want to work on. Okay? What I practice presently, one of them is self-control, because I'm a hyperactive person and I need to work on my self-control. I also practice accepting what I do well and what I need to improve. Choose one of these that you want to build in yourself. Put your attention on it. Okay? All right. We're almost to Flipgrid, I promise. Just some steps, different ways that we can build resilience. Accepting change, learning continuously, taking charge, defining our purpose in our lives, and helping students do that. What are you here to do? Creating balance, cultivating real relationships, reflecting on our lives, and reframing. For me, reframing is number one. I can take any lemon and make cake. I could make art out of the lemon. I could do anything with it. Now, how do I do this? It's based on either risk factors, which are challenges that I face that make me give up, or protective factors, things that help me. Coping skills, stable environment, that could be family, that could be school, that could be the country, or unstable could be a risk factor. Positive experiences. So we're giving our students positive experiences. And there are more definitions below if you'd like to refer to them. But these are skills that we want to build in our students to be resilient, and we want to do this through technology. Now, this is a very new concept for many of us. The reason I say it is it's new to me. As I was reflecting on this, I started to ask myself, is it even possible to use educational technology tools to build student resilience? So I'm going to give you a minute right now. You need to think about it. There's some examples of what resilience looks like. What does it look like? It looks like a connection. You're all in your many countries. You know, we have, I think, over 1,000 people signed up for this, and I believe over 40 countries. So I still feel connected to you. Can you sense into someone else's experience, sensing in? Can you do a rapid reset of your nervous system, which is what we practice in the beginning? This is the technology of the body. Can you sense into a positive memory or some resource, right? It's your social capital. It's what you have in you that's already a skill. Can you redirect your attention to feel something positive or neutral in the body? Can you sense into finding affirming helpers in your lives? And can you restore self-compassion? Because there may be challenge, but there's also what we need to accept ourselves. So I'll give you a minute. Is it possible to use technology to build student resilience? Why or why not? Please share in the chat box. Is it possible? What do we think? And if you're saying yes, please give me a because. It's because of, so I'll give my example. I think it's possible because when I ask my students to do tasks that inspires and excites them, even if it's on the internet, they experience the electricity of living. But there's no right answer. Rehab is saying to some extent. So you don't need a because. Is it possible? 5 more seconds. Glenn is saying she misses Mary Grace. Okay. Yes, it's possible because technologies will be the channel for your lessons and students to gain knowledge. Great point, Anjo. You know, whether or not you're in person or Corona times not in person, we should be using technology because we're preparing our students for life. Any job will need some technology. 20 more seconds. Because technology inspires them, gets them excited. Hilda said, Precious said, possible, but I will cooperate in games in our lessons. Very interesting. Mary Jane, not when underprivileged, poor learners don't even have access and they feel left behind. Very good point. Very good point, Mary Jane. Indeed. So we're going to already having access to the internet is a social justice issue, right? Great point. Students nowadays are more knowledgeable technology. I would comment that they know how to use it in certain ways. We're going to need to teach them how to use it in resilient ways, which is the point of this workshop. It's possible, 5 more seconds, Mirakel is saying, it's only to be in school when they have internet, I believe. We adapt to the new normal, so we have to be educationally resilient. Very good. So for the 21st century learner, Christina is commenting, right? They're not just learning for your class, English, science, math. They're learning for their future, right? So that brings us to one of our final resiliency points, building resilience with technology, class text, and homework. Class tasks and homework is possible, but it's going to take a degree of reframing for us. And reframing means I can look at a challenge for my students or myself and see it as an opportunity for personal and academic growth. How do I reach into my life's challenges and my students' life's challenges? And as I reach out with other people and opportunities that I can help them. So you can imagine it a little bit like the process of compost, where you put some vegetables that you haven't eaten, and you wait a couple months, you pull it out, and what do you have? Black gold, which is what we say for really high quality soil. Okay, 30 seconds, your relationship to technology. Now, there's 2 types of stress I want to explain, because it's important. We have stress that basically, they call it de-stress, that it's very overwhelming and it's negative. And then we have good stress, which is eustress. It motivates you, it helps you focus. Now, you can see this, one of our teachers here is with eustress. They're working hard on their computer, but they're focused and they're using the stress as a fuel, right, to drive the car of learning. The other one is ready to break the computer. Anyone here ever felt that? I have, and I still do. So what is your relationship? What is your relationship status to technology? Are you single? Are you still shopping around? Are you married? Are you like too attached that you sleep with the phone under the head? Are you divorced? Are you thinking about separation? Where are you? It's kind of like a funny analogy. You can just share where you are. You're in between. Very good. There's no right answer. Okay, just for a moment, 10 more seconds. What is your relationship status? Right, not Facebook status. What is your relationship status to technology? Okay. So I'm just gonna see, just keep it in mind, it's sort of self-reflection. So we're gonna use Flipgrid today to enhance students' learning and how to do that to advance them despite adversity. Okay. So a quick overview of what this technology is. It's a video discussion platform. It's used from little kids to the PhD students, educators, and families. It helps learners to share their voices, to become empathetic and deep listeners, and also to respect diverse voices. All of our countries have much diversity, and we need to learn how to accept all of the students and everyone. Also find strengths for social learning and help students discuss their ideas with their peers. This is important. Your students may learn more from the student who got what you're teaching, and this is the concept of Kasanga, right? Relationship building. Then they may learn from you, and that's okay. I think I have a video eventually popping up. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the different ways you can use this. What can you potentially do with Flipgrid? Honestly, the sky is the limit. I'm going to just share a couple of ideas of what I've been doing presently with different classes, and I can show you examples after. One is I did an exchange with tourism university students in Panama, and after they presented to me what they want to, what is the most important or the best parts of their country, I asked them in a Flipgrid to reflect and share and present what is the learning that they had today, and a possible invitation to the Philippines for those who work with. So we're looking at a sort of create your own book story, but create your own flip book. This is why the concept is a flip book. If anyone's ever seen a flip book, I'll just explain what the concept is. You would open it like this, and you would go like this, and you would see a moving picture. So everyone's picture and story will be different. And that's why it's called a flip book or flip grid, is we're flipping through everyone's stories. So I'm inviting the Philippine teachers and students to collaborate with my students in Panama, for instance. So I can collaborate after my students create their videos. I can do all these brainstorm questions that I asked all of you. I can ask you to present it and create a brainstorm Flipgrid. I can ask a student to explain what they learned in science class by showing their actual experiment. There's the imagination is your limit. You can create debates. Students can respond to each other. Okay, following point. It's just here, it's to get thoughtful discussion. If you haven't, everyone please download Flipgrid on your phone right now, because we're gonna walk through it as a student would see it. Flipgrid. So go to wherever it is, the Play Store, Google Play Store, or iOS, wherever you need to go, or if not, if you're on a computer, just log in quickly. I'm giving you 30 seconds because we're already jumping to our next step. Do a little shake, 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 right? A little brain break. If you haven't done it, shake your hands. Take a big breath in. Join me to a brain break. Shake, 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 shake. Very good. All right. Please get this app on your phone right now. Okay, we're going to start using it. Where can I find it? I have the hyperlinks here. I like to add them onto my computer. I personally use both my computer and my phone if that's accessible. And my advice for those who were commenting about not having access to internet or technology, maybe we can encourage them to use Kasanga, to use community to try to find someone who has some access. This will be a very important thing of how do we use others as a support system, okay? So, I guess with that, before I go to sharing, I'm going to walk you through my Flipgrid. I think everyone can see my screen. So I've just logged into Flipgrid. And what happens, I'll just take you back to my educator login, see if I can find it. Well, what happens is there's different flips, there's different grids. And in each grid, it's a story. So if you see here, I'll explain it. These are each of the weeks of my class. I'm gonna share another story of the teaching I've been doing in Senegal, which is with synchronous, which means live learning, where I put my videos on Facebook and I have it in a Zoom, but a closed group, as well as those who don't have internet, they can go to that group and watch the video later. So that's in terms of how I use Facebook. But how do I use Flipgrid Classroom? After those classes are taught, I ask my students to present their learning. So I give them reflection questions. So not only are there questions that are written in our Flipgrid, and I'll show you in a moment how to make it, but there's also an opportunity to add resources. So if we are talking about a topic that's important and we want them to take initiative, they need to be able to take initiative, click the link. We don't want to spoon feed our students information. We want them to learn how to take initiative. Another element that I do in my class, because I had university and high school at various levels, is I differentiate my questions based on the level of the students. Beginner, intermediate. And another thing that I do is I create reflection questions that are actually videos. And that's what that is right there. And what happens? All of my respond. So he's talking about Black Lives Matter. Another one's taking a reply to one of the students. They're all responding their opinion. So let's check it out. Let's explore a little bit before we even jump on the app. Let's see what one of my students.
Hi everyone, it's Umu. I'm fine and I hope you are doing well too. What I like to do with my cell phone, it is to check in my lessons and to discover the world, to have a good general knowledge. I like chatting with my friends, my teachers on WhatsApp, and I also like watching videos on the Prophet in Islam. The first cybersecurity and the words around it. Cybersecurity is the protection of internet connected.
So that's what she's going on. Our class was about cybersecurity. Now, if we look underneath, what actually happens underneath is students respond to each other.
Thanks for the encouragement. What I want to study.
So one of the students asked her a question, and this is how we're learning online.
Hi, how are you? We are fine with your family. Are very beautiful, mashallah. And I want to communicate with you. I was to put you a question. What is your favorite moment on this year? What is your favorite moment on this year? And I hope you tell me your answers quickly. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, and then what happened? Umu's going to respond. Check it out.
Thanks for the encouragement. What I want to study in cybersecurity is how to protect computers.
Okay, so she goes on with a great explanation of what she's excited about presently. What we want, and this is the foundation of social learning. You can see here, there's 29 hours of shared learning just on this one grid, which means a grid is maybe one class. What we want is we want our students to start responding to each other and learning this way. Okay, so that's my little explanation of how I use it. And I'm going to be honest with you, this has a learning curve. You will not acquire this immediately. You will need to practice and start experimenting and just move your finger around on the screen and start learning. I will show you a video and I will give you a couple of, but until you learn the technology for yourself, you cannot teach it to other ones. Remember the Gandhi story, okay? Until you practice something for yourself, we can't replicate it. How can I share my Flipgrids? It can be shared and integrated into Classroom, Google Classroom, Remind, Microsoft Teams, and other learning management systems. So I'm going to show you how. I go to my Flipgrid, which is going to be what we're going to do for today. And I will sign in as an educator. Today, we don't really need to sign in as educators because you're going to be students in my class. After I do my sign in from my Google, because I want everything integrated, please use your Google or your Microsoft Teams email. I prefer Google, so that everything is integrated so that when we go to tomorrow's workshop on Loom and the following day on Seesaw, everything can be easily accessed. So I create a grid. So this is my first step. I'm just showing you so you can get a general sense of what I do to make a grid. Yours would be blank after you do educator login, and you would need to click add a grid. And now, here's this work. A grid means a class. Within a grid, you can have numerous lessons. Grid just means a class. So I would name it. I would decide if it's only for school emails, I would maybe choose that option. And then after I'll put the at, I don't know, mamaranexschools.org or whatever your school's name is, .org, that ending to have access only for those students from there. Personally, I keep my Flipgrids more open. And I just make them all open so anyone can access it. As a friend of mine in Senegal was talking about, sometimes it's challenging to get access. What is the code? They'll give you a random code that you like for your class. You'll change this name over here, okay? After that's created, you will have one of these beautiful grids. So I'll walk you through the grid that I made for our class today, okay? And I've created a topic. My new topic is what? But first, let me see, who are my students so far? All these people have signed up. We want more names. We want everyone signed up. Everyone who's here signed up so I can see your email and I know that you're joining me, okay? Because we want to see you're able to do this for yourself first. So I've created a topic. How do I create a topic? I click on it. I write a title. Okay, my title is today. I'm going to ask my students, what do they do during their pandemic time? And then I'm going to give some follow-up questions, differentiate them. I'm going to allow them to only answer for 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'm afraid that some of the students may do things that are inappropriate. Seeing there's a lot of things in the chat box. I just want to check it. Are we going to join your Flipgrid? Yes, you are. So what I'm going to do right now, as I'm doing this, thank you, is I'm just going to share my Flipgrid with everyone. Thank you for saying that to me. Because I don't want to just talk. I want you to actually start doing it. So that is my Flipgrid. I'm going to put it in the chat box. Oops, let's see chat box. So you can start looking at it. What is the code? You won't need the code. You'll just click this link. Please join. Installed. Beautiful. Okay. Someone's asking for your experience. Okay. So beautiful. We got it all downloaded. That's the first step. I'm just giving you an overview, and then we can jump into us jumping into it. So here is my flip for our class today. It's on the topic of resilience and virtual teaching. And as my class would go on, like if I gave follow-up workshops, I would create new topics. And I have my co-moderators, are my whole Laguna MOOC team, Go Laguna, and they're all there helping me respond, and they're my co-pilots, okay? And then when I look underneath, how do I post? Once you download it, click on the link. I post by clicking this plus. It can be on my phone. It can be on a computer. But I'm just sharing. I click plus, okay? Then I have to log in again. Please remember my ID. I don't want to keep doing this over and over. It's a little annoying. Yes, my email. So you have to log in every time. Make complicated passwords, please. And after you enter and you log in, you're going to record your video to the prompt. And I'll go through a little video that the actual Flipgrid company created. My students have been loving this, but I'm just going to show this quickly. Okay, remote controller. All right. So anyway, I don't know what that yellow is there, but what's going to happen is I'll record my video and my response. I'm just showing you the whole process, A to Z. Okay, what I think resilience is it's my ability to creatively problem solve when I have challenges in my life. And I have done this in numerous situations. Most recently, when I lost my job and started saying, where am I going to teach? What am I going to do? Kind of getting down and upset on myself. I said, I'm going to start teaching on the internet and start learning more. I practiced resilience. And every time I showed up for my students, I got this electricity of inspiration from them that made me want to keep teaching. Until now, I'm probably too present online, and I always want to help, because whatever helping I do, kasanga, I receive back energy. Kasanga meaning relationships, right? Helping, Tagalog. And this is why I love resiliency. What do you think? Why is resilient personally and academically and professionally important to you? Share a personal story. Okay, I'm done. I press next. Okay, what I think resilience is. So that's my thing. I like it. It's my ability to. I don't know what that yellow is there, but it doesn't matter. It's just someone did it. So I'm going to take my picture. I don't really want to show my face. And this is an option that everyone can do. If you don't want to show your face, beautiful. Keep your beautiful face for yourself. What you can do is throw an emoji on it. So there's my emoji. And I can have my video with an emoji the whole time as well. Let's say where I'm living, it's a little disorganized. I don't want everyone seeing my home. I'm bored, and I can make my background black. Or I can go to upload a picture, and I can go upload a picture. So those three little dots can do a lot, and I can go look and see here, what is the picture about resiliency I want to talk about? Maybe I want to relate it to, eustress and stress. So I'll take that picture and I'll load it in. It's pretty good. It's kind of big, so I'm going to make it smaller. So I'm just walking you through the steps of what you can do as a teacher and also how you're going to do it in a moment. I'm modeling for you what the learning is going to look like. Okay, so that's my selfie. I know someone wrote about selfies, liking taking them. Not all of us like. Some of us, our hair is not good that day. So we put a picture, okay? And I'm done. I press next. I put a title to it, why and I submit it. if I wanted to, I could throw in a link. So I'm going to just throw this idea to you. Let's say I went online and I wanted to look at a TED Talk on resiliency. So I found the best TED Talk that I could find. 3 Secrets of Resilient People. So I would go to that link, okay? I would click on it. I'm not going to play it for you. But then I can also link up my resource of what I used for my learning in my class. Why is this important? We do not want to spoon feed our students information. You know, like when you're the baby and the baby doesn't want to eat, so you go, and you put it in the mouth. This is not how we want to teach. We want to build initiative. We want to build confidence. We want to build a sense of professionalism around learning. And this can be done by encouraging them to watch their own video. This is higher level students. So then I'm going to submit it and say, you know, I talked about that video or something. I'm all done. I can create a QR code. I'll just educate folks what that means. That is a code where, just so you know, I could put up my camera to that code. So everyone, right now, take up your phone. I'm going to show this to you so you can learn it. If you have a QR capacity on your phone, it works on Android. I don't know why that yellow is there, but we won't worry about it. It makes it artistic. Put your phone up to the foot option and then put it next to this QR code. I'm teaching you another aspect. Click on it, see what pops up. Everyone, phones up, click on it, and it should pop up. If you don't have a QR reader, you would probably need to download it. It works on both my Android phone and my Apple phone, but please try right now and see what happens. And once you get into my video, please tell me you got there. Did you get into the video that I posted? It's a lot of different things. Good, Bryant got in. Anyone else? Because QR codes are a really fun way of learning. I know this is not for everyone who has technology, but it's kind of mysterious, you know? I'm gonna download that quote and I know this is my quote for my thing. Okay, just another 10 more seconds. Did you get access? Good. Good, Rachel got access. It's very good. Oh, this is nice, but there's only one video. So it doesn't really help us, right? Because I go to this, I say, hey, wait, I want to do my video. That doesn't help me. So what do I need to do? Because basically every video has its own link, right? This video's link is here. And then my next student's video's link will be another link. In order to access all of the videos of all of my students, I need to go to the main Flipgrid. So I'm going to go back. Oh, complete. I didn't press complete. Hope it worked. Anyway, I'll go back to my main Flipgrid. So I'm not creating one. I'm going to go back to my activity. I'm just showing you and I'm walking you through the steps, my grids. I'm going to go here. Let me see. This is the link that I need. Okay, people? This is the link. I'll post it again. Here. This is the link that we need everyone posting on because we're going to be done very soon. And I want to make sure that you know. Everyone post there. I'm actually going to just post it on Facebook for anyone who's watching there. Or maybe, Kent, you can help me with that because I can't do everything. So I'm going to ask Kent to do that for me. But please, you're going to go into that link. Sadly, my phone is empty on battery. Get that charger. And Keith, can I make a point on that? I forgot to say it. Not only is your phone empty on battery, sometimes our body is empty on battery, no? Or our mind is empty on battery. So we need to take a brain break. And we just chill out for a second. So we'll just take a minute pause. If there's any nature around you, you can look at the nature and just take a big deep breath in. And then breathe it out. Sometimes we're empty on a battery. And another big deep breath in. And breathe it out. That's a great metaphor of being empty on battery for life also. Okay. So I am very near to ending my presentation. However, I want to just show you a video from the Flipgrid company because it's important to see what they say about their product. because each of these are different products, right? I've explained to you how when you share it, you need to share your whole grid, okay? The next thing to know is create a grid for your class. You can do it on any topic. I've explained to you the steps. I've explained to you how to create a specific topic within one grid. And you can look more in the video. You can click on this, and there's more videos accessible if you need. Oops. How do I record a Flipgrid for my class? These are the steps. Don't do them now because I'm pretending that you're all my students. Don't get stressed out yet. Okay, take a big deep breath in. Let's not go into de-stress mode or breaking computer mode. Breathe out. Let's go into use-stress mode. But this is what you would do if you chose this opportunity. Those who will be getting the certificates for the MOOC Laguna will choose one of the 3 technologies actually developed something for their classes that they will use. You would log in as educator, start your grid. And then the next step would be, create a topic. And then change the focus to be what you want your class focus to be, and finally share it with your link, the link with your class. So those are the steps as an educator. Right now, don't stress out about an educator login. Just if you want to create the educator login, please go ahead. That would be very helpful. But don't go creating other grids. I want you to do one thing. Respond to my video on resilience. Okay, so let's see what the video is. I had a video from Flipgrid. We're going to watch it for just 2 minutes so we can see what they advise on how to use Flipgrid. Because it's important to look at what they think also, company.
Head over to Flipgrid.com and create a free Flipgrid account with your Microsoft or Google email address. Once you've signed up, let's create your first grid. Your grid is your class, so I'll name mine 6th grade reading. Select a grid type. I'll select school email, which will allow my students to access the grid using their school email address. If you're teaching younger learners without emails, you can choose the student ID option. Students do not need to create an account. They will use this code to access the grid. You can personalize it, so I'm going to make mine remote reflection. Limit access to the grid by entering your school emails. Enter everything after the @ symbol. Add multiple emails for students and educators. Now that your grid is created, you'll see that we have automatically created a discussion prompt to help introduce Flipgrid to your learning community. Let's make a new discussion prompt. In Flipgrid, we call those topics. You can add links, videos, or anything you want your learners to view prior to recording a video response. Or hop on over to the Disco library where there are thousands of ready-to-use topic templates available. Now that you have created your topic, you are ready to share with your learner. Share the link or code with your learning community. This is how your students will access Flipgrid and start posting videos. For step-by-step student instructions and more resources to help you use Flipgrid, the links in the description below.
Beautiful. Okay. So that is what they were saying about it. I tried to explain it in my way because each of us will take something, right? Technology. One person takes a phone and they're on Netflix all day long. Other person takes a phone, they're video gaming all day long. Someone else, if I gave my phone to one of my older relatives, they take the phone and they can't even get past the passcode. So we're all going to use the technology differently and explain it differently. Own it first for yourself. Okay, so we're going to tie it into resiliency now. How can Flipgrid enhance students' resilience? I've explained to you the different ways we can use it. You're going to share in the chat box, please, and we're going to do questions and answers in a moment. Done creating your video. Fabulous, Elaine. I don't know if I'm doing it right. You will know. You'll see it. It's all of our first times. Use your Kasanga, use your support. So here's the point. In my opinion, Flipgrid technology can enhance students' resilience because reflect back on these steps of what makes them become more resilient. Maybe it helps someone learn continuously. Because it helps them reframe. Maybe it helps them reflect. You don't have to use these options. Please fill in this phrase, copy it, and please fill it in the chat box, okay? How do you think this technology can build resilience? Mary's saying it's fun, students will enjoy it. Please share. I'm giving you about 30 seconds right now. Please share. How can this build our students' resiliency? Thirty more seconds. It allows them to express themselves completely. Self-expression. A student who is not happy in your class doesn't have the skills to express themselves. They don't feel they're connected to you, to your knowledge, and to your information. All right, think about it. This is a new concept. Technology is new and resilience is new. And what we're doing actually is we're combining them. It may be new to some of us. When saying how they're saying they can express themselves and they're not afraid of others seeing them, and they have the opportunity to redo their answers if they're not satisfied, right? You know, that one test for your whole life, that's very frustrating. Rehab is saying encouraging them all the time. We are sunlight, putting positive light and energy on our students. Do not be darkness. They have enough darkness in their lives. We talked about students having food and other challenges. Being encouraging helps technology-oriented students become more confident, helps as an outlet for their thoughts and feelings, and collaborating with others, 21st century skill. Peace and encouragement, collaboration and critical thinking will be enhanced. Students love to explore learning with Flipgrid, and it would be fun, as what Novine's saying. 5 more seconds. In-depth reflection. It's called metacognition. We want them to start reflecting on their learning process. Encourage introspection. Beautiful, Ken. If we are not encouraging them to reflect on themselves, what are we teaching them? We need all learning to go through 3 lenses. How does this relate to me personally? How does this relate to my community and country? How does this relate to the globe? Anything you're teaching, these 3 things should be passing through your head pedagogically, that I need these 3 things to be happening. Okay? Personal, community, country, global. Okay? This is what makes someone resilient. Okay, very good. So how have I used it? I said for presentation metacognition skills, seeing how much initiative students can take in learning and acting on this. Interpersonal skills, you know, we need to build empathy and deep listening. We're in a sort of world where people just want to show off how smart they are, how many degrees they have, how they're so much better than other people, and they forget their kasanga, no? They forget that this word in Tagalog means someone helped them, right? So my value is not how important I am or whatever degree or whatever I have, wherever I've taught or anything. My value is how much I can help people. And the more I can help people, the more valuable I am to the team, right? Kasanga. So I think that brings us near our ending. We're going to be building resilience, finding meaning through adversity. We have probably more countries, or the main thing is that everyone is here. The MOOC Laguna office is in Laguna near Manila. So I want to thank them again. The team is wonderful. It's thanks to them, thanks to my kasanga, thanks to their help that I've been able to do this. And, you know, we are the products of the people who made us. So I want you to just take a moment right now. You can gently close your eyes if you want to. Take a big, deep breath in. And imagine someone who's made you who you are today. You can imagine them in your hand. And breathe out and tell them thank you. Once again, breathe in deeply. Imagine that person who helped you, that teacher, that parent. Breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. See them in front of you. Use your visualization skills. Feel the positive energy that they give you, that they gave you. And similar to a candle, one candle can light thousands of candles. They pass you their light, their excitement, their energy, their inspiration. Keep breathing, breathing in deeply and breathing out. Thank them, thank them. Okay. Eyes still closed. I'll count from 10 to 1. Breathing deeply, 10. When I get to 1, you'll be calm, clear, focused, and ready for our survey and happy with that first day together. 9, breathing deeply, hand on your stomach. 8, you can imagine the number. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know about you, but I've been sitting too long. Tighten all your muscles. Breathe in. Tighten your muscles. Tight, 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 tight. Breathe in, tighten, tighten. Relax. Gently open your eyes. Okay. Beautiful job. So before I end, I just want to keep this in mind. Life's most important lessons are learned through reflection. And before we do the survey, I want to give a little bit of time, just even 5 or 7 minutes. Does anyone have any questions? Even 4 or 5 minutes. Anyone have any questions? Because tonight's task, let's see if you can see it. Tonight's task, I think it's been clearly explained. You're going to go into Flipgrid. We posted it in the chat, and we're going to post it in the Facebook of this video. You're going to post your video. So I'll go into the chat quickly. Does anyone have any questions for me? Anything that you want to know more about Flipgrid? I'm seeing thank you. I'm seeing Maria said nurture a positive self-view, creative fun. Any questions for me about Flipgrid and resiliency? Because we're creating something new together. I've never even thought about this. How can I use technology as a way to build resiliency, both in myself and others? That's why we came together today. Thank you, Elaine. Anything else you need to know? 2 more seconds. Thank you, Verlinda. I'm so happy that you're here, Verlinda. Anyone else? Yes, Patty, teaching students holistically. Anyone else? This is the most relaxing webinar related to technology I've ever attended, Mary shares. You know why? A lot of the webinars are information. We're also a body, we're also a heart, we're also spirit, right? Whatever you call it, every religion has it, but the idea is we're excitement, we have some joy, we have some light, we have something in us. We should keep all of this in mind when we're teaching, right? We're not just giving information. Today, Google Classroom, you're going to learn about how to post video. This has no heart. In Arabic, say qalb. I don't know how you say it in Tagalog, heart, but corazón. We need to put our heart into our words. Thank you, Adrian. Okay. So I'm very happy for all of your engagement, and I'm honored to be here with you. I want to just show you something really cool. It's called Flow Code. So thank you once again for blessing me with your presence. We'll be here tomorrow. And I can't wait to see all of your Flipgrids, and the whole Laguna team is going to respond to you. Now, what we need is everyone to fill out a survey. I'm going to teach you how to do it with a QR code. QR codes are these pictures. So I take my phone, I put it up next to this picture. And then what happens is it pops up in my phone. I click on it. So you're going to practice that right now. Oh, I hope it's the right link. It should be the right link. We'll see. It should be accessible for people to fill in the survey. Please, can someone try and make sure it works for us? Yes, Irina, exactly. We've infused emotional intelligence and digital literacy. Exactly. You got it. Atlishna. QR code is working. I'm so happy that you're here, Bea. Very good. So you're going to fill this in so we know what country you're from, and just to walk you through it so that you know what it is. And then we'll do the group photo. We want to know what your experience was. How did you walk in before? How are you leaving? Your name, your country. Then you press next. The following questions relate to your personal learning during this class. We want to know, what have you learned? In order for those who want certificates, you will receive it, but only after filling out the 3 surveys, after showing involvement on Flipgrid, showing involvement on Loom, meaning you're doing work. And this is not a webinar where you just show up and get a certificate, because you're actually here not for yourself. You're also here. You're working for your students. Your boss is your students, right? And you want to work for them too. So we need to actually make material for them. And finally on Seesaw, I'll see if we can figure it out. Then you're going to, the big plan is you're going to create one product for your class that you will actually apply. And that will be on day 3. We'll give you, I think it'll be about a week time to create your digital learning experience on, it doesn't need to be resiliency, it can be anything, but I want you to infuse it in. So I can't get through all the questions here, but you'll see it. The survey is there. So in the chat box, if we need, this is where we are. Could you please share the link of the survey here? I will do that right now. Yes. Here is the link of the survey, because sometimes it doesn't work on QR codes. So there is the, oops, let me do that for everyone. Please fill out your survey, and what we're gonna do our group photo now. So let me figure it out how we're gonna do that. We have 79 people here. I don't know how to show everyone's video because we don't be able to have everyone. If you want to put on your video, you can for our group photo. I'm going to share this survey, but this is it. So give it another moment. Let me just get Glenn and Bryant back. Last unmute, Bryant. Let's see, we'll get him back.
Good evening.
Hi, so we're good for day 1. We're gonna take a group photo as you've asked.
Yeah.
And anything you want to comment or anything else, or we're good?
I just want to say something before they leave. They might leave the Zoom after the photo op. Just a few reminders, guys. Tomorrow we will be posting the Zoom link earlier, and then we will be accepting participants, Brian, by 7:30, and hopefully we could start by 7:45. There are participants to present the Flipgrid, their own output. However, if you like, you can message us. Please let us know so we can have the schedule before we go to Loom videos. Right? Thank you so much, Armand. It was really a wonderful presentation. It was really new to us. Thank you. And to the participants, yeah, until 10:50, my God. Thank you so much. And I would just like to, yes. Yes. You know what? I'm just very happy to share and very proud to share that we are all doing this for free. We are all volunteers here. MOOC Camp team are volunteers here. We do not get anything, monetization or anything. This is all for free.
My comment to that is whatever you do make, you can't keep it in the long term, in the long run anyway.
Yes.
So you can live like you can, but.
Thank you so much, Armin. And thank you so much for me. You bring us to, to Armin. You brought us to Armin.
We got to thank Access and Marciano.
Yes.
So, and all right, so we're going to take a photo. Thank you, everyone.
Sure.
Ready? 3, we take a little smile, everyone put your video